Hello, it's your cosmic bestie Tristan, and I'm here to deliver a message for you. I already did like a cleared and everything, and I asked to be a pure, clear channel so that all unconditionally loving energies that seek to get a message out at this time can get a message out through me. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Elixir of life. Elixir of life. Okay. Okay. Courage. I think I might be picking up on a message. Yeah. Magical power. So, I feel like first off, the first thing that wants to come through is have the courage to fulfill your destiny. Have the courage to, like, I'm almost hearing like, it's interesting what I just heard. It was like, yeah, like, there's the spiritual stuff and then there's real life. But it feels like have the courage to realize that you have this magical power that is the real life. And allow yourself to, it feels like drink like this. There's this elixir of life, but it doesn't feel like it's something outside of you. It feels like you're accessing something within that you might feel like you need to kind of give yourself permission or kind of have a bit of courage even to feel, I'm hearing, worthy of drinking from. But there's something that you can now access within, this magical power, this elixir, this wisdom, this knowledge, this remembrance that is ready for you to, I just heard the word suckle. Is really ready for you to suckle and taste and enjoy and take in. So that's kind of the first thing. So let's see what else, Spirit. Okay. Whoa. So, Two of Wands here with Temperance, which is interesting. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. It feels like maybe you've been like observing this. Okay, it feels like they're just like confirming that. Maybe you're like sensing this, you're feeling it, you're seeing it, you're dreaming it. I don't know. It feels like there's something here that you were kind of starting to get a sense of, but this like beautiful angelic presence is kind of like it wants to encourage you. But it's funny, I just got this feeling in my heart, and this is not my feeling. It's a feeling of like, oh, I'm just gonna stop. And I, like, even right now, I was like, I was really excited for this reading, and all of a sudden, and I know this isn't my feeling, it's like I'm just gonna stop. So I'm wondering, what is that about? Okay, here we go. As soon as I asked, what is that about, the Five of Pentacles came out. So this is a card of separation, of lack, a feeling of potentially like unworthiness, of feeling left out, of feeling like, it feels like there might just be those old imprints. Like it feels like, don't allow something that is unnatural to you and your magical power and your destiny, which would be lack, which would be separation from spirit, from the cosmos, to stop you, because the King of Pentacles derives his energy with his, like, from his connection to nature, in respect to nature, in respect to the natural world, in respect to natural law. Okay. I don't know where they're taking me with this one. Page of Wands. Somewhere new, uncharted territory. Here we go. Okay, so this is definitely uncharted territory. This is definitely like, I just heard the word woo-woo. So maybe this is something that you didn't really think was real. You didn't really think was possible, but maybe there are some things that are starting to happen that you're starting to witness in life that you're like, whoa, like, are angels real? Is there something to it? Is there actually can you actually have, one foot in the material world and one foot in the spiritual world. And absolutely, if you're watching this, you definitely can. Yeah, it feels like they're interesting. Yeah, spirit. I think I want to switch my deck. Okay. Yeah, look. Okay, I switched my deck. You can't make this stuff up. So, the two cards that popped out were the Dreamer and the Bridge. Which, again, is like another confirmation that you are the bridge between realms. You can be a bridge between realms. There is a bridge between these realms. Like both of these things, like, I don't know, this stuff is real. I don't know why I need to say that, but like your power is real. And your connection to spirit, you can trust it. And if there ever is a worry, you can always just set very clear boundaries. And I have made a video about this, but a short video. Set a boundary to connect only with energies that love you unconditionally, and that will promote harmony and balance for you and for the collective, and through your own free will. So they have to respect your free will. That's so you can kind of begin to relax knowing that you have this protective bubble around you. That's just like a great way to begin. But it feels like, I like the Dreamer here. They're like levitating and they're in nature, and there's like, and I even like it here, they're like levitating above this little man-made building. And it feels like this spiritual power, this essence, wants to flow. Like this elixir of life wants you to like drink from it and be courageous and take that next step into your spiritual journey. Okay, here we go. That's what this is about. I was like, what is this? I think this is about taking the next step spiritually. Yeah. So 7 of Embers here. We have that beautiful phoenix rising, but it's rising from, look, this like sacred book. Totem is what I want to say. Not totem. What's the word? Anywho, like a scroll, but like a sacred, I can't think of the word. But you can see it's rising from this book of like ancient mysteries and secrets. And it almost, because at the bottom of the deck we have the 2 of Embers, you might almost feel like a little caught off guard by this. You might almost be like surprised by maybe your interests are changing, maybe you're wanting to do something that you thought you would never do, or that maybe you could even be worried about what other people may think that you have this interest. But it feels like this ancient awakening is happening within a particular collective where your magic is really ready to be accessed. Like you have probably done enough clearing, and have an ability to recognize the shadow so that you don't act from it, and that magic can really begin to flow through you for the greatest good. Okay. I just heard the words, you're ready. You're ready. Okay. I'm gonna pull, let me see. Let's see. This is my Death Doula Oracle deck. It's a newer deck for me, and I really like it. Balance. That's so pretty. I love all the rocks. This is a kind of a really cool, I don't know how they did this. This is like feels like it's like super, like photos that are superimposed onto others. Balance. Oh, and look, at the bottom of the deck is art. And look, that balance of light and dark. and of accessing the seen and unseen, and bringing the unseen into the lived physical reality. It feels like you're beginning to, maybe there's a worry. I just heard worry. Maybe there is a worry about striking a balance, but it feels like the moment you allow this to feel like a really beautiful unfolding for you, to feel like art, to feel like you're witnessing something. Because art is one, yes, we create art, but you can allow yourself to even like witness your own creation of your art. And it feels like that may help you feel more balanced. And connecting to the earth is always, I think, a requirement for all of us, but particularly when delving into, magic and spirit and all of these things. Because there definitely is this regeneration. There definitely is something that is ready. Like there's been like this inner rejuvenation. There's been this rejuvenation of the like personality matrix and understanding who you really are on a soul level. And I think your soul is very ready to bring in more light, to bring in and access more of its mastery in magic, study, maybe. Look at this. Yeah, new narrative. It's time for a whole new narrative. It's time for understanding yourself in a different way and understanding the world around you and incorporating more of that spiritual lens, because that is something that we have been seemingly amputated from, like from the earth, from spirit, where, like our ancient ancestors understood the how one created the other and how one required the other. And so I think there is a call for even like a remothering of like your spiritual essence, of your spirit, yourself as a spiritual being, as a magical being, whatever you want to call it. I think there is a need to kind of nurture that and feel comfortable with that. And I like how we have remothering here, and we started with courage. So we started with this divine masculine, like, yes, delve into this, take the action. And once you take that action, you may find that there are some wounds. I just heard persecution wounds from parallel/past lives. There may be things that maybe you feel unworthy, you didn't even know. Maybe there's a lot of programming that's saying this stuff is crazy, it's not real. But like your heart is probably telling you something else. So allow for like a new narrative. Allow for a new balance to come in. A balance between the physical and the spiritual, and seeing your creation as art and realizing that you are co-creating with the angels and our galactic family and with the earth and the elemental spirits and so on and so forth. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. Yeah. So we end with, wow, look at that. At the bottom of the deck, learn the truth. A lot of what we have been told has been severely manipulated and inverted. So you may be uncovering a lot of truths right now. You may even feel like, I just heard the word fringe. You're like, maybe you're feeling you're like on the fringes of society, or like a fringe topic or something, like maybe that feeling there. But it feels like you are learning the truth. And like, I think focusing, and I think even collectively, as we're seeing a lot of darkness and things come up, I personally have like noticed that I would love to see more of a emphasis on, well, let's get into, I don't know, sacred geometry and how that's like, the fundamental building blocks of like creation or the thought forms of God. I don't know. Or, energy, and how we have all these energetic bodies and we have a biofield and we have this, we're energy. So learning the truth about yourself in that way as well. And again, well, not and again, those are things that I'm still learning about. Like, I'm not saying, but I do know that these are truths that have been hidden and that have been inverted and have been even like deemed as crazy and pseudoscience and unreal. And of course, use your discernment, you know, because there are things that have been fragmented, there are things that have been manipulated, and there's a lot of, I got a message from Spirit. It was like things are just kind of been like in a blender. And it was like, I was like, okay, a blender is interesting. And they're like, don't allow yourself to also be a blender where just things get even more fragmented. They're like, let yourself be this coherent field where if there are like blended things, you're actually able to then, like a puzzle, put those fragmented pieces together, even realize I don't need that, and kind of flick some things out the way. And then the two that actually fell out, learning the truth, is at the bottom of the deck. The two that fell out were, which seem to really go together quite well actually, is defense and castaway negativity. So, this one's interesting because defense is about, yes, it's important to have healthy boundaries, but you also want to, we have to have an openness for new experiences to come in. I don't know why I just wanted to touch my eyebrows. Maybe there's like some third, okay, thank you. It's like, why do I want to touch my eyebrows? So maybe even like there's some new sight coming in. Maybe there's like some upper chakra, like you're starting to like maybe even literally see things differently than you have before. And I don't know, whatever, whoever that was for. But back to defense. Having a healthy boundary of knowing when to cast away negativity, but also knowing when we want to have an openness for those unconditionally loving, fun energies to come in. So it does feel like a balance. It does feel like finding your balance. But also, these are interesting, but also being confident that as you were seeking out this truth, you're going to be really guided and really protected. And again, talk to your guides, talk to the angels, talk to whoever loves you unconditionally, and ask them to lead the way, to show you, to lead you to truth, to lead you to, information that is free of distortion, or ask them to allow you to see through distortion. You have a great deal of help. You have to ask. We have a legion of angels here and so many other helpers who respect our free will. So you have to ask them. And again, my number one thing is always ask those who love you unconditionally, who are here to serve the highest good of all, and emphasizing balance and harmony and peace can always kind of keep you centered. I think that's all I have. I hope this was helpful. Trust yourself. Realize you can never be unworthy. You wouldn't exist. So you are worthy of learning the truth. You are worthy of your magic. You are worthy of enjoying life and drinking from this elixir of you, and really basking in the joy. 1818 on my timer. I like that. Ones and eights. Abundance, new beginnings, intuition, infinity symbol. You are an infinite, beautiful being. You are looking at a reflection of you, and I love you very much. Bye.